Hello, how you're doing? I'm going to play a bit of Return to Moria. It's not exactly a first look, I have played a little bit, but that was with a friend and I didn't want to ruin the moment and be like, do you mind if I record? You know, I just wanted to play with my mate. So I'm going to start a brand new dwarf, and if you're one of those people that are kind of on the fence about getting this game and you're thinking, you know, what's my opinion of the game? Obviously I've not played very far, but I think it's good. Actually, I'm really enjoying it. I like the aesthetic of it. I am a big Lord of the Rings fan, so maybe that helps. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying this game a lot. And right now, it's the 25th, I think up to the 28th of November. When you actually put the game into your checkout, I think you actually get like 33% off, so bear that in mind. So I'm probably going to just create a dwarf very much like me. I am basically a dwarf. I'm Welsh, big ginger beard, not big enough if you ask me. Terrible haircut, I feel like dwarves have bad haircuts. And if you met me in real life, I'm about the same height as a dwarf too. But the customization, not crazy, there isn't a whole lot to it. But obviously I'm going to go with the big ginger. I feel like I'm actually the lighter ginger. I prefer to be the dark ginger. I don't have anywhere near that big of a nose, but whatever. Single plat. Oh, single plat looks quite good. I mean, you've got different origins. I don't know if this affects anything other than your clothes, but I like the red mountain clothes. I've got personalities. I don't know if this means anything. We'll go with Grim. We're going to create a brand new world, and there is a seed. I don't fully know what the seed does. I have a feeling the first section of the game is kind of like a tutorial. So I think the first part is just completely built, hand built, no generation, no nothing. So I'm going to give myself the lucky number here, which is 5. And that is our seed. And that is going to get very confusing. Having 2 dwarfs with the same name and 2 worlds with the same name. I don't think there's much in the way of cutscenes. I've not got far, there could be more, but this is the only one that I've seen. And you guys can see the cutscene for yourself. I don't really like to keep the cutscenes in games. The gist is, we tried to get to Moria. I don't know why we don't say the word friend. Gimli was present in the films when this happened. He should know it is Belloc, but whatever. I also still don't actually know why it's in Elvish. Actually, it's speak friends enter. Maybe it was like back when elves and dwarves were friends and that was the whole point. So we're loading into, essentially what's happened is we tried to blow the way open. And so we enter into the mines, and unfortunately behind us the way is collapsed and we are stuck. Well, actually, this isn't the mines, this is just Moria. So we need to gather some wood, and we get it from just these scraps on the floor. And then it wants us to craft a torch with this nice little menu. Now I will say, I think the UI is really nice, except for the item little symbols. I just feel like they don't match. I don't know if they've just tried to make them too realistic, too high quality, but it just doesn't match, in my opinion. Everything does take damage, and you can break it for resources. That's really cool. Most of the world seems to be destructible. I do like there is sort of aided climbing. I like that a lot. And just to let my character, there is obviously 2 bars there. The yellow being stamina, and the white, the blue, I don't know what it is. They probably told me. But anyway, now it wants me to craft a pickaxe, so we're going to go ahead and make a pickaxe. And we're going to start digging our way through things. So I'm going to equip it, get my torch out, and we're going to get hacking through dirt. It's very similar, and a lot of the game actually feels very similar and plays quite similar to Deep Rock Galactic. There we go, the name escaped me, but yeah, Deep Rock Galactic. And I definitely see little bits of Valheim in the game, and Valheim is my favourite survivor game of all times. I really think they did the food system really nice in that game, because it doesn't feel like... I mean, you need food, but at least you don't die of starvation, and it may not be realistic, but it's a nice... small quality of life. So yeah, all these things you can actually just break with your pickaxe, and it will drop eventually. So, we've got mushrooms all over the place. That is our food source to begin with. I'll just sort of talk about all the different HUD that's going on, right? So top left, obviously, our mini-map. Bottom left is the time of day, our food and health meter. That's probably a temperature meter underneath the sort of day-night dial. And then top right, you've got this little blue symbol, right? Now, I think that's basically a tutorial. It's telling you, hey, you've got something new to read. But it kind of builds up so quick that if you're one of those people that gets annoyed by tiny bits of UI being in your face, I mean, it's very small, thankfully. But just so you know, that's going to be there for the rest of the duration. And we're going to build ourselves a quick platform. And you just need to be a little bit close to it. And that's why I struggled with it last time. But you kind of pick up all little things. And hopefully I built this high enough now that I can climb up here. I don't think I did. I did not. I really like that you can just place platforms anywhere. I know in other games you kind of need something nearby. I think in Valheim you needed a crafting table nearby. But that was actually quite easy to do. You just had 10 wood on you and you could place one anywhere. So, yeah. I will probably be making a lot of comparisons to Valheim. Like I said, it is my favourite survival game. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I do think a lot of games have been influenced by Valheim. The most recent one I played was probably Smallland, and I was actually watching that game develop for many, many years, so I was very excited when it actually came out. See, I was wondering how this game's going to do the whole wood system, because you're underground, you're in a mine, so I was thinking, you know, there's not going to be trees and stuff, right? Now it's we can hear some mobs in the distance. He wants us to go fight them, but obviously we don't have a weapon, so I'm going to try and craft myself an improvised axe, which this game kind of considers as a weapon. And then you get into the combat of the game. Now, I wouldn't say the combat is bad, but it needs some work and some improving for sure. Now, what I don't like is the fact that it kind of glues you to the mob. It's a little bit frustrating. I'd rather it didn't do that. And then sometimes it can kind of force you to hit something you weren't trying to hit. I'm not a huge fan of the combat. It's tricky, right? Because £30 I wouldn't say is an expensive game. But I would say if it's not early access, I'm afraid to say it does feel early access. So I would say £30 is quite expensive for early access. But I can see this game being supported and getting many good updates. And going from what is, in my opinion, a good game to a great game. And I found this, I don't know if it's a bug, but it's a little weird. If you jump attack, it kind of instantly performs the attack. And then it kind of stops things being able to run away from you. So the bird's basically telling us that we're going to rebuild this old camp. It's actually something I really, really like. So you will find these old dwarven structures all over the place. What I basically want you to do is you can just come over and repair all the stuff. It saves you a bit of materials. It saves you trying to figure out what you need to build. You just come along and build it all. So we've rebuilt the hearth, and this gives us access to a load of new recipes. And what it wants us to do is build ourselves a bed, which is here. And we're going to just place it down. I will say the building is actually quite good. I have a lot of issues with certain games of the genre. The easiest one to know is probably Ark. I think Ark has some work to do for Ark 2 on their building, but this game's quite good. Everything snaps really, really nicely. It does not care if things clip. It doesn't seem particularly difficult to make things clip. So like this hole here, what I did and what I'm going to do in this one is I'm just going to bash out these two walls here. And another thing that I really like in this game, actually compared to Valheim, something I think this game does better, is torches are like Minecraft. Once you've built them, you do not need to keep supplying any to them, any fuel. So I'm just going to go ahead and build a little bit of home here. We're going to stick a wall in, and you can see what I mean. It just snaps, and you can clip it if you wanted to. You can stick it basically wherever you want. It's really cool. I really, really quite like the building. So I'm going to stick one there. I'm going to stick one there. And now I'm going to stick in a door. Now you might think you go for the frame and then the door, but for some reason the door comes with its own frame, so I don't understand what the point of the door frame is. But there you go, we have a nice little bit of shelter. I'm just going to go ahead and break everything inside here just for the extra resources. It does have some sort of stress system where you can't just hover a piece of wall. It needs to be attached to something for the strength. And if I didn't have supporting side walls or roof, I can't remember which one it was, this door would not exist. It would just crumble. It wants us to cook some roast meat, but we don't have the meat to do that. So I'm going to quickly go outside and try hunt me a rat. There's also these things, which I don't think the game will let me hit. Oh no, I did hit. Oh, I wasn't expecting to fight back. So you can hold left click to to charge your attack, and you can just spam left click to hit. Control dodges, right click blocks. I wasn't expecting to hit back on our multiplayer. They didn't. They kind of just ran away. Now your charge hit knocks things down. It's really, really quite good, to be honest. Yeah, the combat it's okay. It's not the worst. It certainly looks worse than it plays, is how I'll say it. You can middle click, and you kind of like go into Dark Souls combat. I don't like it. And then you could just leave that cooking while you go off to do other stuff. So maybe I'll go ahead and rebuild the furnace. So once your food is done cooking, it goes straight to the table where you can come over and eat it. which is actually really quite nice. I like that. So we need to go find some iron, we need to mine it, and then we need to craft and collect an iron ingot. And thankfully there is an iron vein right next to us, so we'll go ahead and start mining that. And then you can start singing.
There's a tavern in the deep, they say, hum-da-dee-o-day-o, where the barkeep runs to the tune they play, hum-da-dee-o-day-o.
And then you get a buff called Ore Frenzy, which a lively song gives a frenzy for mining, no stamina cost when using a pickaxe, which is lovely. You just swing away. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to add some coal. And we're going to go ahead and fill this up. Just like Valheim, what we can do is we can craft something to cook for us. Leave that over there and we can go to sleep. And that way everything that we sort of lined up to do will get completed overnight. And because sleeping... Well, some goblins, that's what I'm hearing. Because sleeping uses so much food, it's nice to cook something just before you go to bed. Wake up and eat it. And then fill that stamina or hunger bar right to full. We can go ahead and repair the forge, and then we can get to work on crafting some iron stuff. So it wants me to forge an iron sword. I'm going to stick that over my axe there. So I didn't use the sword. My friend actually used the sword, and I think he was advancing my quests for me, because I didn't see any of this. It just kind of happened and was done. So I'm assuming he advanced the quest. So this is kind of like the first time I'm seeing these quests. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and craft an iron hammer. The cool thing about the iron hammer is you can basically use it to repair things. Very much kind of like the engineer from Team Fortress 2. You kind of, same animation, almost the same sounds to be honest. It is very much kind of like the engineer. Or I guess Torbjorn maybe? Honestly Torbjorn was basically just the engineer. So you can see there my character kind of glued to the mob. That second hit kind of just followed straight through and stuck to him. That's the sort of thing I don't like. It just feels like the combat's trying to hold your hand, and honestly, it's not very good at it. What I'm looking for is one of those. There we go. These statues, you need the stone hammer, but you can start rebuilding them. And it's really, really cool because, there you go, it unlocks recipes. So we just unlocked the Iron Hills armor from repairing that statue. So I guess the whole loop of the game is you kind of do some exploring, and you take your hammer and you start upgrading your character by finding all these recipes and crafting the new stuff you unlock. And you can see occasionally you come across, because I assume we're not very deep in, we're still basically surface level. And we're not actually in the mines yet, we're just in the mountains of Moria. There's a dwarf remain for us to honor. Oh, a subscriber. Thank you very much, Martin Sevq? I don't know why I made the text red, I have to say it's very hard to read. And we've unlocked 1/2 of the recipe for Iron War Axe. And this is actually our main quest, so we'll come and do this. So the game really, really rewards exploration. It's probably the strongest part of the game. So it's good that they are building the game to their strength. And graphically, I would say the game looks quite good. There is no zoom, by the way. You can't zoom in or out, which is a shame. I'd like to see a bit of zoom in. Somewhere this way, I should be able to continue exploring. There we go. So occasionally, like we did the very, very start of the game, you come across these dirt walls. And this is basically the game's way of saying, hi, you can mine me. And by doing so, you will unlock a new area of the game. It's all about exploration. The game rewards it really, really well. I think it's definitely taken inspiration from Deep Rock Galactic. It feels very similar. Obviously in Deep Rock Galactic, you do have the map. As confusing as I found it, you did have the map. The true 3D map. Yeah, it was. I thought it was very complicated and hard to read, but maybe that's just me. There's the Iron War Axe finished. And again, you know, you can see now, if you look at the map as well, you can see that there is a tunnel coming off of this way. But look, I could already see another statue, so I'm going to head over to that statue. It is very, very dark. There are these braziers. I always say that word wrong. But yeah, there are these things around the place. And the cool thing is, actually, depending on what fuels you have on you, you can use different things to fuel them. But you just got to be careful that you don't accidentally use really, really good fuel, maybe you don't want. You can use a little bit of wood scraps and it'll burn. I don't think it tells you for how long it burns. It's nice. I just found Durin's axe fragment, which is quite cool. I don't actually know what that's about. Hello. Creepy. And there are all these old dwarven little buildings and stuff which you can explore inside. If you wanted to, you could take over them and build your home in them. Don't know what any of these are, or the magic of the elves is strong here. A wizard searches for Thrain. Gandalf. Oh, it's Gandalf. Thanks, Gandalf. I like Gandalf wouldn't write that personally, but whatever. This is just a damaged monument, so we'll repair this. You can see oh, another subscriber. Thank you very much, Monster. You can see my character's arms are sort of going to side side, so I'm supposed to be doing something. Oh, I guess it's me animating I'm singing. Why don't I try each of this? I should probably stop cancelling by trying to mess around and break the game. But you know, you gotta give the game credit. Like, it wrote songs, it got people to sing them. Something's not quite right. Oh, hang on, no, there you go. There you go. It's good though, right? There we go, we get a buff. It's called Undaunted. And look at the stamina bar and energy. You're gonna push hard onto the main quest. And this is where you start getting more and more to combat. Oh, I am getting some bad friends drops here. Oh, he's got a bow. The axe knocks things down. The sword doesn't seem to do that. The way I've been dealing with the combat. Oh god, no, load this place. No. Ow, what the hell? Okay, this happens from time to time, by the way. Walls will kind of appear out of nowhere. That one kind of just killed something for me, so I appreciate that. Ow. Also kind of appear out of nowhere. There's very little sort of sound to let you know what's happened. I think I need to fix my hard drive first though. Okay, it's the next morning. Our food is ready, so we are nice and full. Our iron ingots are ready, and we can go ahead and craft our armor. Let me just equip these gloves. Nice. And you can't see it because I'm in a way, but basically there's a new part of the HUD that's appeared, which is your armor. And what that does is take damage for you. So yeah, this is unfortunately the best way I've found to do the combat. It's just kind of a bit boring. So this next part, this is the part I'm on about. It's utterly brutal. And I should go back and repair, but I'm just going to go for it. How cool is this, by the way? We're rebuilding the Great Forge. It's slowly heating up. Ow. So the Forge's Roar has alerted a horde. And I'm fully expecting to die here, to be honest, because I didn't repair my armor. I'm thinking this doesn't seem so bad. I'm going to try to keep on top of him so it stays like this. So far it's going alright though. Maybe this is the way to do it. Oh, here comes the big ones. Ow. They won't let me dodge. I must be staggered or something? Because I'm just not dodging. Yeah, this is where it becomes a problem. These big things, man. You just get so many of them. Oh god. Out of stamina. Out of stamina. Out of stamina. Go on, shoot you, mate. Shoot you, mate. Ow. Okay, I wasn't one hit off. Now I'm one hit off. Go on, hit each other. Yes. Hell. I'm dead. So close to actually beating it. I think if I went home and repaired first, it would have been alright. I'm sure the game said something. I think you have to craft a shield maybe. But I think it says something about perfect timing your block. So, this is the Great Forge. We've successfully, sort of, defended it and made it become alive. So we just need to start making steel, which I think you can do out this. So what am I here for? We want to craft a steel pick and a steel hammer. So where's, do I need to... So I guess I never did that in the other one, so I just got given the stuff. Now we can go back. This is where it wants me to forge a steel pick, but obviously we've already done that. Can't dig through compacted dirt without it. So because I already knew that, I got that done. But after this point, I haven't really seen anything. So this is going to be all new once we sort of set up here. This is going to be our new home. Now as you can see though, we are out of stone. When I log back in, we'll build up a nice little base, we'll repair all these things. We can rebuild a stone hearth. And we've got our new home set up. But what we're looking to do now is I think I'm actually going to connect the two bases with these map stones, which are really, really cool. And we'll see all that in the next episode. I haven't done just a random sort of let's play in a while, so hopefully I'm doing a good job. I don't really remember how to do let's plays. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.